here's a big question. I'm going to be an avatar right now. Okay. I am the 32-year-old guy. My name is Matt. I have 2 young kids. I am stuck. I went to school to become an engineer because I heard engineers make a lot of money. I am okay with engineering, but I'm not passionately in love with it. And I see college coming and I'm not going to be able to pay for it. And if I do, I don't know how I'm going to retire. I really don't have assets. I own my home, but barely anything on it. And I bought it at the peak of the market and it's down 10% right now. I'm stuck, Justin Donald. Save me. What are steps 1, 2, and 3?
Yeah, unfortunately, this is a common theme. It's a common story. So this avatar is absolutely perfect. I think first and foremost, it's are you educating yourself with strategies, with opportunities, are you feeding yourself information that can help solve the problem, right? Are you willing to take the time to learn? And that can be a book, a podcast. I'm a big fan of courses or conferences because there's an immersion aspect to it. And I think that people learn really well through that immersion, but realistically, it's all of them. It's all the above. It's carving out the time and making the space for all of them. Number 2 is it's evaluating who do you spend the most time with? And are these people that you are trying to pull up or that they're potentially pulling you down? Or are these people that are really lifting you up and inspiring you to the next level? And I think it's okay to have great friends, but to recognize, hey, are these people bringing me up to the next level or are they lowering me? Am I not getting confidence? Am I actually, do they not want me to move to the next level or trajectory in business or wealth or whatever it is, physical health? And so I do think peer group really matters. And I think finding people that are doing those things, having those conversations, having the success in whatever category of life it is, whatever, umbrella of wealth, whatever one it is, whether it be health, whether it be financial, whether it be business, whether it be, whatever, finding those people. And ideally, Jim Rohn says that you're the sum of the 5 people. You're the average of the sum of the 5 people that you hang out with, right? Mm-hmm. And then the third is finding a mentor that you're willing to pay to get good, but they need to have done the thing that you want to do. Whatever the thing is, they need to have fundamental experience and then have risen to, the heights that you want to get to. So to me, it's those 3 things. And then it's number 4 is take action. And it's probably less about exactly what it is. That's the right thing. Don't get stuck because of indecisiveness on what asset class, what business, what. I think you just move forward. You pick something through your due diligence of finding out what are the good options, what works. You might have 5 options, you might have 1 option, but you figure out something that works. You be a copycat to whatever the thing is, whoever, has it, whatever the blueprint is. And you just move. You take action and you move towards it 1 step at a time.
But Justin, I don't have any of those assets and I don't know people who make money and I don't understand, what about woe is me? I mean, I'm not like everybody you work with that's naturally inclined for wealth. What do you say to that guy?
Well, I just say that's my story because I didn't know any of these people. I grew up in a very lower middle class area with parents that, my dad sold cars or appliances my whole childhood, or he fixed appliances. And then my mom worked at the church as a secretary. So neither of my parents made much money. People in our friend group and network did not do the things that I wanted to do, that I aspired to do, that I wanted to learn about. And so today I feel like it's easier to get access to those people and that information than ever before. I mean, I remember going to the library to check out books. Well, now you can just download a book. You can just download a podcast. It's so much easier. But I think if we're not taking ownership, it's going to be really hard. But if we carve out time and treat it just like we did a course at school, and it's like, hey, I went to school, Tuesdays and Thursdays for, an hour in this class. It doesn't have to be a ton of time. Maybe it's an hour twice a week or it's an hour once a week. But to commit that time somewhere, wherever it is, to learning and growth, you'll eventually get the confidence. And if you don't quite have it, you get around people that can help you and you just move forward. Sometimes the doors don't open until you take those steps.
Yeah. You know, I think what happens for a lot of people is they get stuck in a place where now they just identify as that. They're basically, I'm not wealthy. That's the other people. This is my grind. I've got to be stuck in it. And there's got to be something that just shakes them out of that says, either the pain is so great, the desperation is so great that I have to make the move, or they really, it's almost always about their character in some way, shape, or form. And by the way, that is not to say that some people don't choose and want a very simple life, and they don't really need or care to have much wealth. Thank God many people in the world are like that. I'm not talking about that person. I'm talking about the person who puts themselves through self-torture saying, I need and want this wealth for whatever family circumstance I have, but I'm literally unwilling to perfect myself through the process. I'm out, I'm done, and they don't go back. So I think it's good for them to hear that story, because that's pretty brutal. I mean, that's this is the lifestyle investment guy who just talked about getting his butt kicked in a particular circumstance. But frankly speaking, I think it's probably one of the reasons that you became who you are in doing what you're doing. And you kind of addressed that early on, that you have these mistakes that you go through and they just shape who you are when you move forward.